Hello from the heaven of Koh Samui. Actually, it is a little bit stormy in heaven today. So I ran into my room to record this and I'm happy. I am relieved and I am so excited to tell you that my tenant from hell issue seems to be over. He's no longer there. He's no longer in my life. I can start again. I can start breathe again. And how does that magic happen? Why I'm so excited is because I strongly feel that I'm lucky. Yes, I lost a lot of money. Yes, I will never be able to get that money back. Yes, a lot of nights without sleep. Why do I feel so lucky? Because now I know the system better. Now I know how easy it is to lose so much more because the system is so broken.
Welcome to a new episode of Joe Model. And new Joe Model videos are available every Wednesday morning. So brighten up your life and tickle your smarts. Hit the subscribe button below and I will be sure to keep you on your toes.
And I am lucky and I feel lucky because I know that if this tenant was a little bit smarter and knew how to use the system better, to abuse the system better, to manipulate the system better, like many others, he would still be in my home, keep doing the damages, keep not paying the rent, keep whatever for many months, maybe even years. He could take me down like a lot of stories that you hear. I know that firsthand now. I know how easy it is to happen. Why? Because the system is so broken. And I was trying to think, okay, what can we do? What can we ask? How this can be better? What is the main source of this problem? And I would like to take you to one little point in this whole scenario of like 8 months of me trying to get rid of a bad tenant in Ontario after he's violating every aspect of the lease. He's bringing people into the house without permission, drug dealers. He is like causing damages. He's not paying rent. He's threatening the other tenant. And yet this was not enough for the tenant landlord board in Ontario to evict the guy. So at a certain point, after months and months, that miracle happened and they find the time to discuss this issue. And the judge is sitting, and the original request, just to remind you and just to refresh your memory and just to tell for those who don't know, is the fact that he threatened the other tenant who lives in the house. The other tenant felt unsafe and left. And I said, enough is enough. This is wrong. He needs to be evicted. The judge is sitting and looking and say, oh, so the tenant left. Here's the logic. The tenant left. So the danger is no longer there. Hey, but there is new tenant and they're saying just the same thing and they actually come to testify. That was not enough. That was not enough to convince the judge that something is wrong here and needs to be changed. And you would think, you know what? Maybe there is a point. Maybe by the book, by the legal book, he's only obligated to look at the original request, and this is not enough. Where the judge miserably failed, where the system miserably failed, is with the context. Because when that happened, the judge already knew, and that came up on court. It's not something that he missed. Come up in court, the fact that the new tenant is threatened as well. But he refused to discuss that because that was not in the original request. How is that serving anyone's interest? If you are a smart person, you know that often such a behavior, people who are violent, people who have a history with that, it's not just an isolated case. And by saying, I'm refusing to evict and stop this madness, you may put the new tenant in danger. How is it possible that you're doing your job? But this is not all. Few days before, 3 days before, there was a crazy scene when one of the drug dealers that he brought into the house kidnapped someone. The whole street was closed for half a day. Neighbors were in danger. A SWAT team was taken before they were able to release that abducted woman. The judge hears that. The judge knows that. And this is not enough for him to say, hey, maybe something is wrong and I should not look at by the book and look at the big picture and do my job to protect the community, to protect the other tenant, to protect the neighbors, to protect the street. Forget about the poor landlord, who's like, used by this stupid system. But what about the other people? How is it possible that we're paying taxes for this judge to sit in this position and is incapable of doing this something that, a 5-year-old would say, hey, something is wrong here? How is it possible? So how do you change the system? From within. A judge like that makes that sort of decision, either because he's a bureaucrat, either because he's an idiot, either because he's lazy, it doesn't matter. He's not doing his job, and nothing is going to be fixed until that type of, decision making is over. It's hard for me to say that the judge don't know the system enough to say, oh, if I'm not evicting this guy now, he's probably knowing that this can take another 6 months. And what about in the meantime? How is that, protecting other people that might be in danger in such a scenario? They don't care. They don't care. They don't do their job. And that has to stop. This is why I feel lucky, because it could be way, way worse for me with this broken system. I'm lucky. I'm lucky because despite the system, the tenant is not there, not because the court did his job, because he dig his own hole, because he's in jail now, because he's unfortunately a drug addict and, has mental issues. But if it was someone else who knows how to use the system, he would be still in the house. He would be still, doing whatever he wants, and it could take years. That's why I feel so lucky. That's why the system is so broken. That's why change need to start from within the system. Adios.
If you enjoyed the video you just saw, hit the subscribe button below. Even if you think the video you just saw is a complete garbage, hit the subscribe button below. Because who knows, maybe next week it's gonna be much better. I would love to hear your feedback, and I would love to know if you have any ideas for future topics you want me to discuss. Let me know. And don't forget to check the Joe Mogul website, because Joe Mogul website has videos that may put a smile on your face, maybe provoke a new idea in your head, and maybe inspire you to work towards your financial freedom. Because remember, every big dream starts with a small step, and that small step can start with a little tip on the Joe Mogul video on Wednesday morning. Ah! Yeah. Look at this beauty. Ooh.